Hi and welcome. My next video is going to be charging in cold weather. How to precondition the battery by selecting a Tesla SuperCharger or CCS charger. So about a month and a half ago in Chicago, we had like negative 15-degree weather, which was pretty surreal. It was cold, and I was kind of concerned about it because I just got my Tesla about 3 weeks prior to that. So a couple days before it got really cold, I charged it up to 80% because I wasn't sure what the battery um, loss would be like due to extreme cold weather and overnight parking. I never use Sentry mode, so that doesn't drain my battery. And just parking overnight, I should say that too. Parking overnight, you really don't lose anything. Maybe in really extreme weather, like a percent, but that might be due to like storing the battery a certain way. I don't understand all that battery technology, so that doesn't really interest me. But yeah, I don't use Sentry, and it just doesn't. It may lose a percent or two overnight in extreme cold weather. But again, back to the negative 15-degree weather. So I charged it up to 80% a day or two before, and because I wasn't knowing what to expect, and that's just cold. I don't want to be at a supercharger that cold. And yeah, I guess there are a lot of owners who didn't know what they were doing. I guess I heard from one of the Tesla reps that Hertz dropped off 100 cars to be charged on those really cold days. And if you don't precondition the battery, if you don't use the Tesla app navigation, it doesn't warm the battery up enough. So if you get there and it's negative like 10 degrees and you just left your house or your apartment and you just drove there a couple miles, your battery's going to be frozen and you're just going to have to sit there for 45 minutes for it to warm up the battery so it's safe to charge it. Otherwise, you'll damage your battery. So I guess that's what a lot of people were doing between Hertz and Uber drivers and people not knowing what to do. And some chargers being down, I guess when it gets that cold, I guess it's pretty hard on the chargers a little bit. So there were a few at each station, which isn't usually the case for Tesla superchargers. Of all the ones I've been to, maybe I've seen one or two that doesn't work in 3 or 4 months, but that day was different. But it could have been avoided. All they had to do, and it's so easy. Well, you're always going to pretty much precondition your battery. I don't know about really warm weather yet, but so far it's through the software. It's just preconditions, so it's super easy. All these people had to do when they get in their car, it's just hit navigation, talk to it, tell supercharger, pick the local supercharger. I'll pick Oakbrook, and immediately you would start preconditioning and warming the battery. So by the time you got there, it could start taking at least some kind of a charge. I know it says it likes to drive up to 45 minutes before you start supercharging in cold weather. I've never really done that. Maybe on the way home from work when I had like a half-hour drive, but I didn't do it in that weather, but even like in like 20-degree weather, if I need to go charge and I go to Oakbrook and that's about 20 minutes away, if I precondition and hit that in my nav, it's fine. It might not be like the full 150 or 230 depending on my battery state, but it will still be good enough to be at least 60-80 kilowatts a second, and or kilowatts an hour. I don't know the terminology, and it would have started charging. So if these Uber drivers and Hertz people and stuff like that just preconditioned the battery, I think most of that would have been avoided. It's just people not knowing what to do, too new to it. And yeah, maybe Tesla needs to put out more education, more training, like on YouTube, make YouTube videos for new owners or during delivery. I don't know what it's like during delivery. I haven't gotten a new car through Tesla. Maybe I should see what that's like. Just like ask them like what it's like. But yeah, just precondition your batteries, warm them up before you head out, go to the supercharger, and you're good. Or a destination level 2 charger too. Still precondition it, because if it's frozen, it's just, again, going to take a while to warm up. And I'm not sure what it's going to be like with a level 2 charger. It might be an hour before it starts taking a charge after it starts heating it up. So yeah, that's my my cold weather preconditioning. Thanks.